lamb meatball stew with dumplings and a raspberry trifle for pudding. This is an amazing recipe, and we decided to use these lamb meatballs because as a family we really like lamb, but it's just getting so expensive. So these were 2 packets from Asda, and that was £5. This gave us quite a lot of meat. It gave us about 680 grams of meat for £5, which is really good value. So first thing we did was we browned these meatballs to add that caramelisation flavour and just start the cooking process. And we then chopped carrots, onions, celery, gave these a quick fry in the pan, and added all this to the slow cooker. We then put in 2 pints of stock, and we made this up with a couple of stock cubes and some boiling water. I think I did it so that I did 2 stock cubes per pint, so 4 stock cubes in total. But we were making a very big stew, so depending on the quantities. We added in some bay leaves, and then we peeled some potatoes, chopped them up and added those to the pot. And then we just let that cook. And then we moved on to setting up our trifle. So cutting some trifle sponges in half and spreading jam on the inside. We then layered these with some frozen berries, made up some jelly. We made a pint of jelly, poured this on top, squished it all down, and then shoved it in the fridge, left the slow cooker on, and then pootled out for about 4 hours. When we got home, made some dumplings with some flour, salt, suet, added in some water. We shaped these into round balls. We thickened the stew before we added our dumplings just by putting a few gravy granules in and just getting it to kind of like a nice stew gravy consistency. Popped our dumplings in on the top and had those cooking beautifully. It took about an hour. So about 20 minutes before it was due to be finished, we started preparing our veggies. So we cut up our cabbage, and we put our Savoy cabbage on the bottom of the pan, and then we placed our broccoli on top of it and gave that a boil up. And then we moved over to finishing off our trifle, which was incredibly straightforward. We just put some custard on top of our set jelly, whipped up some cream with a little bit of icing sugar, and then put some toasted almonds and some chopped up cherries on the top. And that was our delicious 2-course meal of lamb meatball stew with dumplings served with Savoy cabbage and broccoli, and a really delicious fruity trifle for a pudding. So follow Frugal Cakey or Frugal Feasts for more recipes. Hope you enjoy your pudding.